Hey everybody, it's Boardman21 and today we're going to do an updated build video on the Reaper Lich form with the Death Wave. Now the reason we're doing a quick update on it, we're going to do a different build as well. It's a hit damage build, which is different than the ones we have done, but we are doing an update just because in the latest hotfix 7.8.e it happened to make quite a few changes to the Reaper form and to Deathwave itself. The major things being that Reaper form now degens your health quicker, Reap has a 50% longer cooldown, Deathwave lost 25% of its damage, its base damage and added damage effectiveness was reduced by 17%, and then the other thing they did with it was reduce the radius a little bit, especially the more points you put into Death's Breath. But with that, we found that either it's still bugged or something is still just OP with it, but we're still managing to do 2 million damage plus hits on the training dummy. And in battle, you can still 1, 2, 3 shot even the biggest of bosses, so it's still very viable, and that's why we're updating it. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the skills. For skills, we're going to be running Reaper Form, Rip Blood, Transplant, Death Seal, and Wandering Spirits. For Reaper Form, we have 1 point in Soul for a Soul, 4 points in Reaper's Curse, 2 points in Mistress of Decay, 4 points in Harbinger of Blood, 4 points in Reaper's Ascendance, 2 points in Death Touch Scythe, and 3 points in Haunting. For Rip Blood, we have 1 point in Eviscerate, 5 points in Splatter, 2 points in Hemomancer, 5 points in Gushing Wound, 1 point in Septic Wound, 4 points in Quenching, 1 point in Hematology, and 1 point in Manifest. This skill, you can basically do anything you want with it. We're still just using it for the double splatter. However, since we're no longer poison based, other than the little bit of poison that's in this, you can use it for anything you want, or even change the skill out to something else like Aura of Decay if you still want. For Transplant, we're just using it to transplant around and cast the Rip Blood for us. We have 3 points in Bone Armor, 2 points in Apotheosis, 1 point in Acolyte's Fervor, 1 point in Rain of Blood, 2 points in Scarlet Rain, 3 points in Black Mirror, 3 points in Depravity, 3 points in Dance of Blood, 2 points in Sadism. And for Death Seal, we have 5 points in Corrupted Consciousness, 1 point in Mortal Pulse, 3 points in Desperate Shroud, 1 point in Deadlock, 4 points in Cycle of Decay, 2 points in Lethal Release, 1 point in Carry On Breath, 3 points in Moratorium. Now, one thing you can do if you don't want to do damage against the poisoned enemies, which the Wandering Spirits will poison enemies for you, plus you have some poison chance on hit, you can also just put the 4 points into Doomcall instead. So instead put 1 more point into your Wave, 1 point into Quicken Death, and then transfer your 4 points from Cycle of Decay into Doomcall. The reason that we didn't go with Doomcall here is this damage isn't multiplicative, whereas the poison damage is. However, we tried both, and they hit for basically the same. Only this one requires you to be poisoned. However, you can switch it either way. And then if you plan on just running low life anyways, you could even remove the points to where you're automatically reduced to 33% and put these points straight into that anyways and get double stacks and hit for even harder. That's how we got closer to the 2 million damage. And then for Wandering Spirits, we have 2 points in Souls of Rage, 1 point in Spectral Putrescence, 2 points in Spectral Scorn, 3 points in Soul of Filth, 4 points in Lingering Souls, 3 points in Spirit Swarm, and 5 points in Thin Veil. For passives, we're running 26 points in the Acolyte base class. We have 8 points in Forbidden Knowledge, 8 points in Blood Aura, 5 points in Blood Pact, 5 points in Crimson Gluttony, 0 points in Necro, 85 points in the Lich. We have 8 points in Survival of the Cruel, 8 points in Dance with Death, 3 points with Wrathbringer, 5 points with Grasp of Fate, 2 points in Soul Barrier, 8 points in Unclosing Wounds, 8 points in Apocrypha, I don't know, 10 points in Volatile Blood, 10 points in Necrotic Energy, 5 points in Deathbringer, 5 points in Clairvoyant Insight, 8 points in Ageless Aseptic, 5 points in Soul Mal, and that's it. For items, in this build, we're basically running the damage while transformed with recovery speed with Transplant. We also have a little less damage over time. We couldn't get 4 of the cooldown recovery with Transplant, but we are running a lot of increased damage while transformed. The other thing that we have is the increased damage leech while transformed, and then increased necrotic damage. And then you also want health regen per second due to some of the passives that are degenning your life so that your life can stay full. On the rings, we just have set dodge and set health with some health regen. I'm just going to hover all of these. You can see we have some hybrid health going on. We have set glancing blow, although we do not have 100%. Actually, we might. I don't remember. I think we did. We got rid of cooldown recovery on our helmet, switched over to a set glancing blow one. And the Oracle Amulet with its set dodge and set health. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with some gameplay.